Good morning, dear students. Hope all are doing well and sound. This is the second video of BCOC 132 Business Organization and Management paper for BCom first year students. We already uploaded Unit 1 videos. Those who didn't visit the channel, do visit it. And if you feel that the contents we are providing through these videos are helpful, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Through this video, we are going to discuss technological innovation and skill development initiatives of Government of India. I hope these videos will be helpful while preparing for your examination. Please share these videos with your friends too. Your likes and shares are very much needed for us, and it acts as a motivator for us in making more videos in future too. If anyone of you need the PDF of these PPTs, please follow our Telegram channel. The link will be provided in the description box. And without further delay, let's get started. So let's start with what you mean by innovation. So the innovation is a word that comes from the Latin noun innovatio, and it is derived from the verb innovare, that means to introduce something new. When we are introducing a new good or a new quality of a good or a new production method or a new market or a new source of supply, all these are counted as innovation. Innovation can also be expressed as if you are improving a new the current concept or a current idea, and you following a stepwise process and converting that concept or idea into a commercially viable product, and that is also innovation. So the innovation starts with creativity and its end with widespread of that idea or commercialization of that idea, right? Let's discuss with an example. In our earlier days, our forefathers used neem stick for brushing. Later, it was replaced by toothbrush. Currently, we are using battery operated toothbrush. These type of innovations are happening in all sectors of our life. When we are discussing about mobiles, when we discussed about computer, when we are discussing about transportation or manufacturing sector, in all sectors innovations are happening, and our life is getting better and more easy than the previous time due to these type of innovation. Okay, so a big hats off to all who are coming up with new innovative ideas to make our life more easier and more joyful, right? Next, creativity, invention and innovation. Three important terms. What do you mean by creativity? The act of turning new and imaginative ideas into reality. When we are turning a new and imaginative ideas into reality, that is creativity. When we are creating a new idea or a new concept, that is known as invention, and we are turning that new concept or the new invention into a commercial success or a widespread use, that is known as innovation. Okay, let's discuss all these three terms in detail. So first is creativity. It's a fuzzy idea. During the creative process, you don't have a concrete shape of that concept, you only aware of that concept. Let's discuss the example of online learning. Okay, during the early outbreak of this pandemic, that is in the early 2020, we all are in need of a platform through which our education can continue, our business can continue. We don't need to go out. We are supposed to be sit inside, but we have to connect with others or we have to do our business, so we need a way to go ahead with that. So that concept of connecting with others through the internet, so that is a creative part. Next is invention. So how will you connect with others through the internet? So many platforms arise, and the best one is Zoom and the Google Meet. So that is the invention part. Then the next is innovation. So the Google Meet and Zoom are there, but we have an apprehension whether it is a threat to our country security. Many countries have apprehensions of adopting the Zoom and all, so the lots of hustle bustle happened during that time, and now we all are using these platforms for connecting with the world, particularly for doing business and so that is the innovation. That is now currently that creative idea of online business or online learning become a widespread concept and widespread idea, and we are living with that. Okay, so that is creativity, invention and innovation. So these three things should go hand in hand. If these are not coordinated, then all these efforts will go in vain, right? What do you mean by technological innovation? So technology means the application of knowledge that can lead to production and marketing of goods and services. So the technological innovation implies us that technology plus innovation. So we already discussed innovation, then we discussed about technology. Okay, so the technology and innovation both combined together, it will lead to technological innovation. It implies us using the technology we are producing new product or a new services, and as a result the new business opportunities are arising. So that is the final out product of technological innovation. Using the technology you are innovating new concepts or new services, and that will lead to an increase in the business opportunity, right? So three important features of technological innovations are invention, realization and implementation. When you are creating a new idea that is based on technology, so that is known as invention, right? Then when we are developing these ideas into reality to building of a product, so that is known as realization. Okay, next is implementing the new idea, so then we are implementing it, so that is the last phase. So invention, realization and implementation are the three important features of technological innovation. So let's discuss one example. We have using fossil fuels for a pretty long time for running our vehicles, right? Then 20 years back we heard about CNGs and all, and then currently we are using going to use the electric cars. Why? We are aware that these all are non-renewable fossil fuels. It's are act as a threat to our ecosystem. So environmental pollution is rising and we have to pay a lot for that, and the solution for that is drifting from these non-renewable fossil fuels to something that cannot make much pollution and it can be affordable too, right? So that is Teslas and are the outproduct of these type of technological innovation, right? So I hope it's clear. So what are the process involved in innovation? So the innovation process involves certain steps, and the first step is idea generation and mobilization, and second is advocacy and screening, then the third step is experimentation, and fourth step is commercialization, and the last step is diffusion and implementation. So we will discuss all these steps in a detailed manner in the coming. So the first step is idea generation and mobilization. So in the first step, new ideas are created during the idea generation. So the mobilization means in an organization many people are working, so these many of them have different ideas, okay, and so they will mobilize that ideas, and then they will think over it, okay, so which is the best one and whether all these ideas are adaptable or not, and which ideas have more feasibility to work out. So that is the second stage, that is the advocacy and screening. For example, in the case of first step, in the Atlantic magazine, there was one article. In that article, Apple company explained that it took around 3 to 4 years for the introduction of iPod. That is, once they introduced MP3 player, it took another 3 to 4 years to introduce another product, because many ideas propped up during that time, so they have to take the best one, so that's why they took that much time gap, right? Second one is advocacy and screening. Advocacy and screening means out of many ideas they have to select the best ideas and that will have a future, okay? So so that is advocacy and screening. Our life also like that. We have, for example, after completing your 12th you have many options, okay, so we will go for the option that is so close to your heart. Along with that, we can provide you more opportunities or more career growth in future. We'll go for that. So that is the second step. Next is experimentation. So the experimentation stage is testing that idea using a prototype or a pilot test, okay, so it's a crucial one. So for this process the time is crucial and the individual must be given adequate time to run the experiment. Okay, for example, in 2007 Amazon, current we now in 2007 Amazon was not a big name like now. Okay, so in 2007 they tested its grocery delivery service in a Seattle suburbs. Okay, after the successful experiment they expanded to Los Angeles, San Diego, New York City. Now it's available around the world, right, around the globe we can say. Okay, so that is the experimentation stage. Next is commercialization. Commercialization aims to create the market value of an idea by focusing on its potential impact. Commercialization is a stage of innovation process where the focus shifts from development to persuasion. When commercialization happen, you have to persuade others to buy your product. Okay, now we are not focusing on developing how to encourage others to buy your product, or how to spread your ideas or concept or your products to a large platform. So that is commercialization, right? An idea is clarified, business plan is created, and it is ready for diffusion and implementation. Diffusion means the passing or communicating the innovation to the public, so that process is known as diffusion, right? Next is diffusion and implementation. So the company's wide acceptance of an innovative idea, so it has to be spread among large group of people, then only a successful one. Okay, so that is the last stage. So during the implementation process they have to receive the feedback. Once the feedback is available, they have to go through the merits and demerits. If some pitfalls are there, the company has to rectify it and go ahead with the another step. So in that way the entire process is running, right? I hope it's clear. It's an important question. What are the steps involved in the process of innovation? So while we discussed about different steps involved in the process of innovation, we discussed last step as diffusion of innovation. That is, diffusion means the communication of innovation to a wide mass. So there was one model, that is diffusion of innovation model. It was proposed by Everett Rogers. According to him, there are certain factors that or certain elements that affects the diffusion of innovation. So they are the innovation itself and the communication channel, that is through which communication channel these innovation process or innovation ideas are propagating, and then the time, then social system. So these are the four elements that will affect the diffusion of innovation, right? So according to him, he classified the adopters into, that is, once innovation happened and those who are adopting that innovation, he classified them into 5 categories. So the first class is innovators, that is only 2.5%. A new or a novel concept came into the market, and these people are ready to take the risk, because even if that innovation was a failure, it will not affect them, because they belongs to a high social class and a highly rich people and affluent people. They will go for that type of innovation. So that is 2.5% only. Next is early adopters. So they are otherwise known as visionaries. That category up to 3.5%. So these early adopters also have a hailing from a high income group, and they are also ready to take the risk to some extent, not as like of innovators, but they are ready to take the risk and they will try that product. Next is early maturity, that is 34%. They are more focused on opinion leadership. So that is, we heard about social media influencers. Currently whenever we want to read a book, we will go for the review, right? So some influencers are there and they are saying, okay, these books are worth reading, we will give it a try, right? So that type of opinion leadership, so that has a great role in marketing as well as in the adoption of a new product or a new concept, right? So the early maturity will focus more, they have income but not highly income group, they are average income group, right? Next is late maturity. Late maturity means they are more skeptical, they are not ready to take the risk. Okay, around 34 to 39 percentage of the people adopted that concept, then only they will give it a try. So that is late majority. And the last one is laggard, so that is around 16 percentage. They are very conservative people and they focused on traditions and they are skeptics, so they will not give it a try. Okay, so that is currently also many remote areas, they are not much fond of these internet and all, right? So they are skeptical about adopting these type of technologies, right? So they are counted as laggards. So this is one of the model that was not in the syllabus. For your information only I shared this one, right? Okay, now next is types of innovation. So what do you mean by types of innovation? There are different types of innovations and we classified them mainly on the basis of technology and marketing. And the first one is architectural innovation, then radical innovation, incremental innovation, and disruptive innovation. In addition to that, we have product innovation, process innovation, etc., right? So we will discuss these four innovations in a detailed manner in the next slide. First is incremental innovation. Incremental innovation means existing technology and existing market. We are using the existing technology and we are making more innovation in that, we using that technology. So that is known as incremental innovation. Best example is the smartphone market. They use these type of innovation. They updating the hardware, or they improving the design, or adding some additional facilities. They are providing these technological innovation in the existing market itself. So that is incremental innovation. Next is disruptive innovations, that is new technology in the existing market. They are coming with a new technology in the existing market. So that is otherwise known as lethal innovation. It involves applying new technology or process to the company's current market. It is often more expensive because a newer technology, higher risk also. Even if in the current market also they have a competitive advantage also, but sometimes it can lead to failure. Okay, so it's a risk factor is more there in disruptive innovation. For example, Amazon, we all know about them. They have bookshops, e-book shops are there. Currently they have existing market for the way it was sold and delivered an experience due to the use of disruptive technology. So that is disruptive innovation. I hope it's clear. Next is architectural innovation. So the existing technology and new market. So the Amazon recently entered the medical care field. So they have that technology is with them, okay, but they moved into a new market. So that is the architectural innovation. So it's simply taking the lessons and skills and overall technology and apply them in a different market. So that is architectural innovation. Next is radical innovation. So the new technology, new market, entire thing is changing. That is some radical changes is happening. So that is known as radical innovation. So the radical innovation, the best example is the aeroplane. Okay, so the airplane has changed the entire mode of transport, right? So that is internet is also a radical innovation. So now we are going to discuss the skill development initiatives taken by Government of India. So the first one is Make in India. So Make in India means it's a government scheme launched by Narendra Modi in 2014. The intention for that particular program is to boost the domestic manufacturing sector and also augment investment to the country. So as per the Make in India scheme, the companies has to come and invest in our country so that they can provide employment to our citizens, right? So that is, we want to make our country as a global manufacturing hub. So the Toyota, then Ford, all came to the now Tesla. So then another one, this Apple. So these companies are coming to India as a part of Make in India scheme. So they are investing here, then they are coming with the resources and they are investing in our country and they are producing goods, and through that way our economy is getting stimulated through generation of employment opportunities, right? Now made in India, so it was an earlier concept. So made in India means we are utilizing our country's resources, and then the products, when we are seeing a label that is made in India, means that it's an Indian product, that is Indian resources are used it and it is converted into a product, so that is made in India. Okay, so it encourages domestic manufacturers to produce goods in the country by using factors of production like land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. So the factors of productions are taken from our country itself, and that's the main difference between made in India and make in India. In make in India, the factors of productions, labor only we are providing, other things uh, they are using it. Okay, so they are coming with that. Okay, so that is make in India and made in India. Next is digital India. Digital India is another important program launched by the Modi government with an aim of transforming the country into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. So through the digital India, the government want to make sure every citizen of the country are getting the welfare schemes provided by the government, and we need an inclusive development. So as a part of that, the digital initiatives happen. Aadhaar card, then linking your Aadhaar card with this PDS system, all these are a part of digital India. Next is National Skill Development Corporation, that is another important one. So the three pillars for National Skill Development Corporation, that is create, fund and enable. That is create means proactively catalyzed creation of large quality vocational training institution. There are large number of vocational training institutions that can provide training to the citizens of our country. Then fund, next reduce risk by providing patient capital and including grants and equity. The government will provide grants and equity fund to the skill development. And then enable, the creation and sustainability of support system required for skill development. This include industry led sector skill comes, right? So next is startup program. So it's a flagship program of the current government. It aims to build a strong ecosystem that is favorable for the startups. It was launched in the year 2016. The three main pillars of this action plan is simplification and land holding. In India, the red tapeism and the corrupt bureaucracy is a headache. So for reducing these types of evils, the government launched these pillars. Second one is funding support. Government will provide funds for these type of startups, and many incentives are providing for these type of startups. The main aim is to encourage many people to come with this type of initiative, and it can provide employment to our citizens. Next is industry academic partnership. These startups are collaborated with many IITs and IIMs, and through the IITs and IIM they will provide them with new technological updations and guidance, technical guidance or managerial guidance they will provide to these type of startups. Another important term is business incubator. It is also a helping hand for the startups. It is designed for helping the new startups, and these incubators particularly helpful for the startups in their initial stages by providing them workspace to work, then access to many successful entrepreneurs, then startup mentorship, provide managerial training for the startup companies. All these are provided through the business incubators. Okay, so the Niti Aayog Limited, the Adal Innovation Mission, so under which the Adal Incubation Centers are set up, and it provided a grant of 10 crores, and these Adal innovation missions supported by the government provide world class facilities to the startup, and it also support in developing a vibrant startup culture in the country. So the techno parks, startup villages, then these types are some of the incubators in India. They are providing assistance to these startup schemes. The best important startup in India is this one, right? The Baiju Ravindran's Baiju Sub. It was a startup initiative. Now it is a multi-dollar business, right? So these are some of the important points of this unit. Okay, I hope these are helpful for you. Okay. So, before winding up, innovation is a key. Only those who have the agility to change with the market and innovate quickly will survive. That we know that those who are able to go ahead with the changes and they are ready to go with the changes and make innovation quickly, they only will survive. This applicable in our life too. Be updated, right? So, if you feel that the contents are helpful, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. And if you have any comments, do share it. And we'll come with next videos within 1 or 2 days. So till then, take care. Have a nice. Thank you.